What is going on, YouTube? Hey, it's March 10th. It's Sunday. We're up here in Pennsylvania in the garage, and it's cold today. Wind's blowing, but it did make a little bit of progress. This truck hasn't ran in probably 9 months, and the reason for that was a lot of the wiring. I wanted to redo some of it. I needed to relocate the battery to the rear of the truck, which we got that done, and I just wanted to show you guys how I'm doing that. I'm not saying it's the right way. I am by no means an electrical guru. In fact, I had to ask a few different people their opinions on the best way to do it, and this is what I've come up with. Tried to keep it as simple and as streamlined as possible. So let's get the camera turned around and I'll show you guys what I did. The front is still not buttoned up. The rear, where we're at right now, is basically just the batteries connected and powered up to the front. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Let me turn it around. All right, so I did run, as you can see, I ran the fuel line, ran it up under there and down the frame rail, and it turned out really clean. That hole in the center of the screen right there that you see is for my my airlift cylinder for the bed floor that raises. But I got it tucked in up there. Back here, what I did, we got the battery mount, obviously. Okay. The battery down here, we'll drop it in here. I'm a welder by trade, welding sales. But I used 2/0 welding cable for all these connections. I bought these little bullseye connectors that I silver soldered on, cut everything to length. But what I did back here is I have side posts or side terminal battery. I wanted to keep the top clean, so I have 2/0 2/0 cable running from there back to a hot post, and under there is my connection. So what that gives me now is that jumps to there. This cable runs all the way up to the front to another 4-post junction box, and we'll go over that in a second. But back here, the reason I did this guy, or this style, was now I can put all these little bullseye connectors on. And if I need to make, I need to power for these compressors back here. I'm not sure what else needs to get tied into here, but I needed these connections back here. So it's going to keep it super clean. Everything can connect there. That'll be hot. All right. As far as grounding the battery, this turned out pretty slick. This is obviously another piece of 2/0 weld lead. This connector is grounded to the frame here. I took the pane off. It's a through bolt, and it's grounded to the frame. And now here, if I need grounds, I can either, if it's heavy gauge, I can run in there and use it as a set screw, or I can take these nuts off as well and put a ring terminal or a smaller bullseye over top of them as well. These were actually designed, and I thought I was going to use them for the side posts. Like this connection right here was supposed to be here, but my issue was they were longer than I anticipated, and they were hitting the one bed mount here. So I couldn't use them for that, but this side, or the ground side, the negative, is perfect. I also got this mounted Got my airlift mounted, or my airlift manifold mounted, and now it's pinned on here. And down there, I can unscrew that. I can still hinge this cover to remove the battery if I need to. That clears the compressor, and with the bed on, it opens up enough that I can get the battery in and out. It doesn't go all the way up, but it works out good. So that's the rear right now. Let me take you around to the front. This is a mess right now, so apologize. All right, the front. This all needs buttoned up, so bear with me. Some of this stuff needs shortened and needs cleaned up. My flashlight's running out of batteries, so we'll keep it short. All right, bottom. This is coming all the way up from that battery. So I have what, one. That's energizing this whole strip. From there, I have starter. This runs right to my starter. 2-aught, 2-aught. This guy runs to another junction box where I can make connections like my electrical fan, anything like that that I need 12 volts for. Top one, this needs trimmed yet, but this goes directly to my alternator. Right back there. So, and then obviously when I was initially firing this pig, I thought the battery was shot, even though it was showing like 12.74 volts, but I did not have a good ground off the motor to the frame. So make sure you got a really good ground. So I made this one up, which I still got to figure out where I'm going to mount it. And for now, I just clamped it right down there and grounded it, and that made a world of difference. Now she cranks over like the battery was right up here. So that is it in a nutshell right now. Let's swing around. The only other thing I want to show you guys is, and I did not spend a whole lot of time on this at all. Let me move that. Sorry. Bear with me. I know I keep saying that. This is kind of a very impromptu video. Shut the hood. Nothing's in the way. I don't know if you guys can see this. This fender was just black. And I did some fake patina on it. This is like an almond colored paint that I've faded in with little bits of water spray and some blotches with a rag with some brake clean on it, and then hit it with a Scotch-Brite pad. And the lighting is shitty in here with these LED lights, but it turned out it's really cool, and it looks authentic. It doesn't look like it's subtle. You know, I don't want it, these guys that will paint the truck primer. Let me back off here. Paint the truck primer and then paint it whatever, robin egg blue or whatever color they want, and then just go around and randomly sand everywhere and it looks like a damn cow, with all its spots. It looks so trashy. So this truck eventually one day might get a complete overhaul as far as the body work goes, and a $5,000 paint job. But for now, I want to drive this sucker. So when I'm done here, she'll get scuffed up and she'll probably get shot with satin, Rust-Oleum satin black. And then, well, I'll probably go through and do this method, dust a little bit of brown paint on it and give it all the texture and everything I need. Because I'm really, like I said, it's subtle, but it looks authentic. Just here and there, So, anyway, I'm waiting on, that fuel line is ran all the way to the front, but I'm waiting on a fitting for the mechanical fuel pump so I can run an AN, a -6 AN fitting, which these are pretty dang slick. if you guys are intimidated by these, I was, you know, not knowing what I needed, what goes with what. Just dig into it. Super easy. Fuel line is -6, which is, I think, a 3/8 inch fuel line. And then the fittings are, you know, the fitting size is a -6. There's -8s, you know, depending on what size you need. But these fuel fittings are -6 for what I'm doing. And then that's a 3/8 inch NPT pipe thread going in there. So this is the setup as of right now. Like I said, once again, just trying to do it to the best of my ability. I am not a professional, but I do take pride in what I do, and I'm trying to do it as good as I'm able. So hopefully this is all buttoned up. Next step is to finally get the fuel ran and plumbed in up front, get this tidied up, and then we got to get all the wiring done for the Airlift Performance 3P setup. So that, bags, hoses to the front. Still need to put fluid in the rear end. My transmission, I drained that because it was leaking, so I need to fix that. Pan, it has the gasket is, I don't know. I had the transmission rebuilt, and the gentleman that rebuilt it, I said, I don't want it back with it leaking. Oh, it's not leaking, it's not leaking. Well, got it home that night, left it sit in the garage, and I had about a 3 or 4 inch puddle of transmission fluid underneath it, and sure as shit, it was leaking. So I gotta deal with that, which can be a bear sometimes, trying to get that pan to seat. So anyway, truck is coming along nicely. It is really good to hear it running. I did just say that I didn't have the fuel line hooked up from the back, but I got this guy up here, and I did fire the truck today and left it run and get up the temperature and make sure, you know, the alternator was charging, all the electrical looked good, and it's everything's positive right now. So all right, guys, we're getting closer. Spring's right around the corner. Like I said, it's March 10th. I don't know, March, April, end of April, I'd like to be able to be moving it in and out under its own power and be really close to putting it on the road again. Still a ton of work to do yet. Like, this bed needs, the other side needs stripped yet. This side's raw metal. I'm not doing a bunch of body work on it. Like I said, I'm just gonna shoot it one color, but the bed floor needs prepped now and needs Raptor lined. And then the underside, I don't know if I'm gonna Raptor line that, or I've been reading about this lizard skin sound deadener stuff. Not sure what direction I'm gonna go with that. So anyway, I'm rambling. You guys have a good night. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm not sure when this video is going to be posted, but today is March 10th. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers because my kids will think I'm cool. All right. God bless.